A picture's worth 1,000 words, and I could go on for a few videos about this one. What makes it so intriguing is that it is a double portrait. The painter has painted himself into the portrait. He is in the mirror, and I'll do a close-up and more about that mirror on my next video. There's a lot of theories about why they made this painting. Is this a shotgun wedding? Is she pregnant? Is it a memorial painting? Is it an advertisement just to say, hey, look at me, I'm really rich and look at all my stuff? Because there's a lot going on in this painting. Today, I'm going to talk about her dress. Don't leave, please continue to watch because it's crazy how rich they are. This is a Jan Van Eyck painting. It was painted in 1434 and he was the court painter of Philip the Good. If you had a portrait by Jan Van Eyck, it was a huge status symbol. She's not pregnant. She's holding her dress like that because it is so long. She would have required a servant to help her walk. The dress would have been about 115 feet of fabric. And all the colors in this portrait scream wealth because reds, greens, oranges, and blacks all cost a lot of money and weeks to dye to get to this color. Her dress is made from what's called doe skin, and it's a type of wool imported from England. And at this time, this type of wool sometimes could have cost more than silk. And it would have had a very shiny, luxurious look to it. And as you can see, her dress is lined in fur, inside and all around. During this time period, they had something called sumptuary laws, and it was basically to keep people in their class. At this time, the merchant class was rising and becoming more wealthy than some aristocrats. So you couldn't have certain cuts of dresses, you couldn't wear certain types of cloth. Like she's wearing blue, and generally blue was reserved for royalty. But again, as you can see, they're showing it even at the bottom. They are saying, I am very wealthy. Her brows are plucked and her hairline is shaved, as is the fashion at the time. He was Italian and, of course, a very wealthy merchant, as you can tell from this photo. But it was painted in Burgess, and it was the epicenter of trade and wealth, and of the amber trade, if you remember from my Amber Room episode. Her shoes are red leather, and that, of course, would have been dyed and taken weeks to do, and they're studded with brass and elevated so she could keep the dirt off her dress. I forgot that the fur was probably Arctic fox or the underbelly of squirrels, and that would have taken about 2,000 skins. But she's not pregnant. She's just holding all that extra fabric. She would have needed a servant to walk around. This dress just screams wealth.